My name is Henry Nagufa and I'm from an organisation called GIFT, which is Grace Incorporation Faith Trust. Our organisation was set up in 2003 and we provide services and supporting mainly offenders, ex-offenders around mentoring and mediation, family support and helping people back into education or employment. My role is one of the directors, so basically I'm responsible for managing and overseeing the different projects and services that we provide.
My name is Dawai Williams, I'm from Moss Side in Manchester. I work for a furniture company called Furniture Warehouse now. Been working for them for about 2 years. It's a good job at the moment, I'm enjoying it. A couple of years ago I got myself in a bit of trouble. Went to prison for a bit, come out. And as I come out, I got introduced to GIFT. They really have been good, they have been there. I can phone them and talk to them anytime if I need anything, and they're always there to listen.
My name's Janet Cunliffe and I'm a volunteer for JENGBA, Joint Enterprise Not Guilty by Association. We support prisoners who are maintaining innocence, and we support prisoners who've been found guilty by the use of the Joint Enterprise principle. I try to get as much legal knowledge as possible and to try and get other people to get involved with what I'm doing.
My name is Patrick Davis. I have a son called Anthony Davis, aka Jigger. He was in 2007 in Bradford, from where we're from. He was arrested along with other people for murder. He was given a 35-year minimum tariff for not being involved with the murder.
The sort of impacts our work have on our beneficiaries is really about helping them to move on in terms of their previous issues that they may have had within the criminal justice system. So for example, it's about helping them to move into education, employment and training. And the impact is really about building up their confidence and their self-belief and helping them to draw a line in the past.
I first came into contact with JENGBA around mid-2011. There's people there that also believe that their case is a miscarriage of justice, which straight away connects you all anyway. And as they were likened to the ones I have, I felt better attached and better suited to be associated to JENGBA.
The people we support are not the perpetrators of the crime, the index crime, and by sort of supporting them and helping them, we're hoping to sort of get the law changed.
When I was young, I was in my own little bubble. Didn't even really think about anybody else until I went to prison, and I've come out and I've worked with GIFT, and they've really opened my eyes.
I think one of the main challenges as a BAME community organisation is sometimes to be seen on a level playing field in terms of the work that we are offering to offenders, in terms of helping them to move on and helping them to not to re-offend. And sometimes I feel as an organisation we may not be taken seriously in terms of what we can truly offer. There's
the psychological element there, the sense of frustration that you don't know how to sort of like alleviate yourself from. Is the confusion as to why you find yourself in this situation. JENGBA, they do open many doors, and the support is consistent.
As for people coming out of prison, we do need to give them a lot more support. There needs to be a lot more out there for them, because there really isn't. Apart from GIFT and the probation office, I know nothing else. No one else to turn to. So if I didn't have them, I think I wouldn't have struggled, I would have still been determined, but somebody else will struggle.
I think a lot of people think that when a conviction, particularly if it's a murder conviction for under the law of joint enterprise happens, I think most people think it's some kind of mistake in the judiciary, and it's only when they start to tackle that mistake that they realise they're not on their own. It's not a one-off situation. We're there to support them through that grief and to give them a better understanding that they can do, they can at least try to do something about it.
things is employment issues and being able to get back into the labour market. Because one of the challenges we find time and time again is that because a lot of our service users may have a offending history or offending records, they find it very difficult to get a job. They may get to the interview stage, and then when it's time to do their CRB checks, then it's very difficult for them to get past that process, especially when a lot of the times the offences may have happened in the past when they were young, and now they've grown up and matured and they've learnt from that. They still find it difficult to overcome that barrier.
It's almost as if the media is reinforcing this idea that if you're black and you're young and you're poor, you're therefore a criminal. You know, there are lots of young black men who are not criminals. They are not in gangs. They don't carry knives. Of course, there will be those that do, but the whole of the black community in this country, I believe, is being victimised. It really makes me very, very angry that a whole sort of generation of young men and women are being targeted with a lie, and the rest of the British public is believing it.
There's a lot of work that needs doing within mainly in the inner city areas, where you find a disproportionate amount of ethnic minorities seem to be going through the courts and through the penal system.
I think we need to take people that have been in prison and use them more proactive, you know, get them in there to help people out. At the moment, like with me after the mediation course, mentor course, I know I struggle to get on with work because of my criminal record, but we shouldn't use that against us. We should use that with us as that experience to go out and work with young offenders, people who are just coming out of prison, people on remand. You can't replace experience. It's a big thing. So if you've experienced it, use that knowledge. Don't waste it.
There's obviously a message not getting across, so we need to go back to school and re-educate the kids within the school in order for them to grow with that knowledge.
We believe that we provide a specialist service, because a lot of our workers, for example, are mentors that may have experienced some of the similar issues and challenges of our service users. And sometimes we find it difficult to plan long term, maybe because of issues around short-term funding, to really plan ahead and help to resolve the long-term issues a lot of our service users and beneficiaries may face.
Realistically, the numbers of convictions of young black men that I've come across who are maintaining innocence and have actually been convicted under joint enterprise, it's quite staggering. And, you know, if they're maintaining innocence, they have to be listened to. But at the moment, no one seems to want to know or listen. And half of the time, that's because of the colour of their skin.